Lorenzo. This video is for your Piano Adventures 2A book, page 26, I Am the King, which is the one right after your Ode to Joy. So this one is, first let's look at the title, I Am the King, and there is a line, 5-finger scale. Let's look at it and let's see which 5-finger scale this is. The very first note, it asks you a question, 5 on what note is that? And then also if you go to the right-hand part, there is 5 on what, 1 on what? There's that question mark, right? So you will need to be able to tell what those are. So let's go back. I think it's around here. Yes, so that's O. So in your page 18, on page 18, you had a song called Ice Cream and More Ice Cream. And then the ice cream was a C 5-finger scale position. The more ice cream is a G 5-finger scale position. Okay. Okay, so yeah, sorry about the noise. The G 5-finger scale position. So that might give you an idea. You know, if you remember how that went, you know, the C 5-finger scale position is this. And then the G 5-finger is. And I think you probably had the low G somewhere. Yes, your I Am the King is the same hand position as The Clock Strikes 13. That was this is also a G 5-finger scale position, and it also is the left hand plays the very low G, and then the right hand, it's exactly the same hand position. So if you go to that page, I think you will find out, oh yes, that bottom line on the bass clef, that's the low G. So, all right, so I Am the King. The very first note on the left hand, see, this is a middle C, the G below it, it's this G. So that's where your left hand pinky has to go to, is the very low G. And then, you know, the left hand goes, it has a rhythm, eighth, 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 quarter, 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 half, right? 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your rhythm. And overall, if you look at the shape the notes are written, it's a step up, step down, and step up, step up, step up, step up. It's all stepping up or down. And, you know, I would just play the notes. Those are the notes that you will be playing. Now the rhythm has to go in. The first 4 are 8th notes. So 1 and 2 and. That's where it's fast. Okay. And then the following notes are all quarter notes. And the last one is a half note. So if you put them all together, it goes like 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and these are all scale-wise, one step at a time. Okay. You know, rather than doing the measure 3 and the 4 where it says I am the king in parentheses, let's skip that part because that's very, very repetitive. I'm going to go to measure 5 so that I could go over the left hand. And then look at measure 5. It starts on finger 1. It's on D. And there's a C sharp. And then back to D. And then next is C natural. So it's a white key. And then the rhythm is 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes 1, 2, 3. first one was. Okay, and then the second one is. 2. Okay, and if you look at measure 9, it's the same as measure 1. And then measure 13 is quite similar to measure 5. It just has a slightly different ending. If you look at measure 14, it's measure 14, that's where it changes. So it starts out just like measure 5. And then it changes 1, 2, 1, 2. And then go to the next measure, and then the phrase ends. Okay, so we've looked at the left half of your page. Now let's look at the right half. That's where the right and the left play. The very first line, left hand plays the G, D. Right hand also plays the G and the D. So you can write down on your page where it says 5 on, question mark, 1 on, question mark. 5 is a D. Get your pencil out and put 5 on D, and then 1 on G. Okay, D as in dog and G as in green or goofy. Okay, so D and a G. Okay, so now let's get the rhythm in. Right hand is doing 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. That's how the right hand goes, and left hand just hold the G and the D. Ready, go. Okay, so that's measures 3 and 4. And you see the same thing at measure 7 and 8. See right below it, it's the same thing. So let me just play the two top lines, measure 1 all the way to measure 8. The first line and the second line all together. First half. Now the second half, it starts the same way, and then at the measure 11, the left hand changes, and then the right. Well, actually, they both change. This time, the right hand is holding the whole note. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. While the left hand is doing something else. You're not doing. It's not that. It's. You play one note at a time. So you start at the top, D, B, G, D. So that's your pattern. And then with the rhythm, it goes. Okay, and play that with the right hand holding down. Okay, so that's measures 11 and 12. Now, maybe I will go over the. Yes. Well, okay. So I think I will. Yes. So remember at measure 13, the left hand had 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the ending. While the left hand is holding the low G, the right hand comes in so there's a quarter rest, and that quarter rest is when the left hand plays that. So it goes 1, 2, and 3, 4. So go 1. Okay, so I will play once from measure 9 all the way to the end. Okay, so I'm playing just the second half. So that's the second half, and I'm quite sure once you hear it, you will get it. I think the main part that confuses most kids is the rhythm. So as long as you know, it's always is ta 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 ta, That's one rhythm. And the other one is ta, 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 ta. Ta, 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 ta. Okay? And then lastly, the rhythm is ta, 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 ta. You know? Ta, 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 ta. And that's the rhythm that you see at measure 13 and also at measure 15 because the left hand does a ta, right, and the right hand does a ta, 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 ta. So it's after all, it is a ta, 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 ta. So those are your rhythms. And besides that, you're just playing either the fifth or, the scales. Oh, this part, the C sharp and then C natural. That's the other thing. And I think the other one is, those are the broken chords. See, that's a chord and you break it up into one note at a time. Okay, so that's the one at measure 11. And I forgot to mention the very last part. That's a fifth. That's a fourth. That's a third. And those are the intervals that you learned in the I think the red book, in the Piano Adventures book 1 lesson book. I think that you learned about the thirds. And then you learned about the fourth. Remember that one? Yes, and that was the song of the fourth. And so here you have that 1-4. You play the thumb and finger number 4. That's a fourth. And then the last one is 1 and 3. That's a third. That's also a third. So yes, it features a lot of what you've already learned so far. Good. Good luck with I'm the King. Have fun. I had a student before who said, "Oh my goodness, look at that boy wearing a fake scarf and pretending he's a king with all his toy soldiers." And she was a little bit older, so she was a little bit uninterested by little boys saying, "I am the king." So, okay, have fun. Bye.